We all have a dream in life. Mine is to be an artist and to make a living from it. If you clicked on this video, you probably dream of the same thing, so welcome aboard! Hello, my name is Annalie and I'm a painter in the south of France. When I decided to dedicate myself fully to my art, I was over 30 years old, and I didn't think that it would take me so many years. At the moment, I still don't make a living from my work, but I've never been more aligned with myself and my desires. So it doesn't matter if you're 30, 50 or even 80 years old. I'm convinced that living your dream is a question of mindset, not age. Of course, there will always be reasons that can hold you back from achieving that dream, but I don't think it's because it's too late and that you won't succeed. And here are 6 reasons why you should just go for it, even if you're over 30. One, you're not starting from scratch, but with experience. You've already had various experiences, both professional and personal, which have given you specific skills and knowledge. Try to take something positive from these experiences, even if some of them were difficult. Hard times are just as formative as happy ones. They allow you to know what you can and cannot accept, what your limits are, and thus make the most of them. Let me give you a concrete example. You worked as a sales assistant in a store like clothing or bakery or whatever. Even if it was more or less unrelated to the art world, you still developed some techniques like a sense of customer service, a certain degree of money management. All of these things will serve you when you have your own gallery and exhibit your paintings for commercial purposes, or if you have to take commissions. On the other hand, you had no weekends off, had to deal with sometimes obnoxious or ill-intentioned customers on your own, or even heft things around. Again, despite these bad experiences, you can learn from them. What is the ideal schedule for you? How will you deal with bad customers? What will your optimal workspace look like? See all these things as a solid foundation for carrying out your projects. Sometimes we don't realize how much we've learned from our experiences, but they shape us and enable us to accomplish great things. It's not wasted time, it's just a formative detour. Second, you have clear goals. When you consciously choose to launch your career as an artist after several years of reflection, you know exactly what you want and how to get it. You don't do it on a whim, or at least it's a well thought out whim. When you have already organized your life in a certain way and are ready to question everything, in order to follow your dream, it means that this dream has been growing in your mind for a long time. Your project has had time to mature, is coherent and aligned with your goals and yourself. In short, it has everything you need to pave the way to success. As I like to say, a big project requires patience and a clear vision to make it happen. And that is often only possible after giving it some thought. Besides, a clear vision also means less hesitation because you know exactly where you're going. The time spent thinking is time saved when it comes to finally taking action. You don't hesitate, you act. Three, you are more confident. Growing older also means getting to know yourself better. You know your strengths and weaknesses, and that helps you move forward. It's one of the essential steps to building self-confidence. It also means distinguishing between what's important and what's not, so you can focus on what really matters, thriving in your art. When you believe in yourself, you also believe in your art, and that makes it authentic. Being an artist means accepting to show yourself as you are, as you see things. In fact, you put yourself out there and in a way, you offer yourself to the others. That's what makes art so powerful and universal. Once you've reached this level of confidence, you can create serenely and openly without falling into arrogance. Being confident also means being able to set prices that are fair and reflect the quality of your work. If you constantly think that you are not legitimate in your art, that it is worthless, and that it is normal for artists to be poor, you may never achieve your goal. But your art deserves to be seen, and that comes at a price. That said, if you still have doubts, I know how difficult it can be to set prices. Here are a few tips to help you. Look up the prices charged by comparable artists. Set an average price per hour, or refer to the price per line or inch. Hang in there, you can do it! 4. Your fears are no longer holding you back. I often say that fears are the first thing to hold you back in your projects. They will never disappear. That would be too easy. But thanks to your experiences, your clear vision of your projects, and your self-confidence, they will no longer stop you. You've already been through difficult times, but now you know how to overcome them. So yes, you will undoubtedly experience failures again, but they will no longer have the same impact. Instead, they will serve as springboards for your future successes. Getting rid of your doubts also often helps you stop procrastinating. Because yes, when you doubt yourself, you often tend to put things off because you think it's not the right time, that you're not ready. When you no longer doubt yourself, you no longer wait for the perfect moment to come. You create it. 5. You are more efficient. Another positive aspect of becoming an artist over 30 years old is that you can often develop a balanced work routine that allows you to be productive. Even if this routine will probably evolve as your project takes shape, it will allow you to move forward at a steady pace without exhausting yourself while staying on track. And this routine is the starting point for organizing your work and achieving the goals you have set for yourself. This requires, above all, a short, medium, and long-term vision. You assess your priorities and organize them in order to be productive on a daily basis and to be able to bounce back in case of unforeseen events without getting distracted. But don't forget that your health is a major component of your success. Everyone is different, and productivity should not be the driving force behind your work. The key is to work at your own pace and enjoy what you do in order to build something solid and lasting. Yes, it takes a little time and trial and error, but it's worth it. 6. You create for the right reasons. This follows from everything I have just mentioned. You create because it makes sense to you, not to please everyone. You want to share an emotion, convey a thought, make people react. You know what your art means to you, and you focus on that rather than on the desire to be appreciated and validated by others. The best part is that it allows you to create freely. You dare to try new things, to challenge yourself with the sole aim of improving. Even if you still admire other artists, you no longer compare yourself to them. You focus on your own progress. And the further you go down this path, the more your artistic style takes shape. You develop a unique visual signature that reflects who you are, making it recognizable to the public and reinforcing your legitimacy. In short, you're killing it. And voila! I hope I didn't lose you along the way. Feel free to leave a comment telling me what you think about all this, or if you want to add something else. I always enjoy reading your comments and sharing our experiences. I want to point out that even though I feel much better since turning 30, I'm still learning to think positive. This video is also a way for me to remember how far I've come and to encourage myself to keep going. I really hope that it has the same effect on you. So come on, put down your phone, stop doubting yourself and go for it. On that note, take care and see you soon.